Our planet spins in the vast dark cosmos, a beacon of life, yet filled with shadows. From afar, Earth seems certain, but up close, darkness flickers where stories end abruptly. These are not just power outages, but mysteries, people and places swallowed by the unknown. Even in our age of information, some enigmas remain unsolved, humbling us. Join me as we journey into these pockets of darkness, exploring the chilling silence left behind. Disclaimer. This documentary is for educational purposes only, based on public reports and investigations. In 1587, 115 English settlers founded Roanoke on the edge of the New World. Governor John White returned to England for supplies, leaving behind his family and colony. War delayed his return for 3 years. When he finally arrived, Roanoke was deserted. No bodies, no struggle, just silence. The only clue: Croatoan carved into a post, hinting at a possible move to a nearby island. White tried to search Croatoan, but storms forced him back to England, never to return. The fate of the lost colony remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Roanoke's silence echoes through time, a chapter forever unfinished. December 1900, the remote and windswept Flannan Isles off the northwest coast of Scotland, an isolated outpost battered by the relentless North Atlantic. Here, a lonely lighthouse stood as a beacon for passing ships, its keepers entrusted with the vital task of keeping the light burning through the darkest nights and fiercest storms. On this wild and desolate rock, 3 men, Thomas Marshall, James Duckett, and Donald MacArthur, were stationed to tend the light. But in the days leading up to Christmas, all 3 vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that has haunted the Isles for over a century. When the relief crew arrived, they found the lighthouse eerily silent. Meals sat uneaten on the table, beds were unmade, and the men's oilskins, essential for braving the elements, were missing. It was as if the keepers had left in a hurry, abandoning their posts and daily routines. The logbook offered chilling clues. Entries described a violent storm battering the island, the men praying together in a sense of overwhelming dread. Strangely, no such storm was recorded by nearby stations, raising questions about what truly happened on those lonely rocks. The final entry, written in a shaky hand, read, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." After that, the logbook fell silent. No further word from the keepers was ever recorded. Outside, the relief crew found signs of recent violence from the sea. Twisted iron railings clinging to the cliff edge, a heavy stone dislodged from its place, and supplies scattered as if tossed by a powerful force. The evidence suggested a struggle against the elements, but the full story remained elusive. The official explanation was that a monstrous rogue wave had swept the men away as they tried to secure equipment during a storm. Yet doubts lingered. Why would all 3 men leave the safety of the lighthouse together, against strict protocol? Why did the logbook hint at fear and prayer, and what of the storm that no one else saw? Over the years, theories have flourished. Some say the men were victims of a supernatural force. Others believe madness or foul play was involved. But with no bodies ever found and no definitive answers, the Flannan Isles mystery endures. The men lost to the sea and to legend. Sometimes, the ocean keeps its secrets, and the fate of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse Keepers remains one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries in maritime history. December 5, 1945. Just months after the end of World War II, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, collectively known as Flight 19, prepare for what should be a routine training mission from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale. The sky is clear, the ocean calm, and the crews, 14 men in total, are experienced, confident, and ready. No one suspects that within hours, they will become the center of one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time. The flight is led by Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, a seasoned pilot with combat experience. Shortly after takeoff, however, things begin to go wrong. The pilots report that their compasses are malfunctioning, spinning wildly and giving conflicting readings. Radio operators on the ground pick up increasingly frantic transmissions as Taylor and his men struggle to determine their position. The calm professionalism of the crew gives way to confusion and anxiety as the minutes tick by. Despite the clear weather and good visibility, Taylor becomes convinced that they are flying over the Florida Keys, far off course. He orders the group to turn northeast, deeper into the Atlantic, hoping to find land. But the more they fly, the more lost they become. The sun begins to set, and the vast expanse of the ocean stretches endlessly in every direction. The pilots scan the horizon, searching for any sign of land, but find only water and sky. Radio contact grows faint and garbled. The last transmissions are filled with static and desperation. Taylor's voice, once steady, now cracks with uncertainty. "We'll have to ditch unless landfall. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together." The crews know their fuel is running dangerously low. The chilling reality sets in. If they don't find land soon, they'll be forced to ditch their planes in the open sea. As darkness falls, all 5 planes vanish from radar and radio. Not a single distress flare is seen. The Navy immediately launches a massive search and rescue operation, dispatching a PBM Mariner flying boat with 13 crew members to scour the area. Incredibly, this rescue plane also disappears without a trace, lost in the same mysterious region. No wreckage, no survivors, just silence. Over the next days and weeks, the Navy mounts one of the largest air and sea searches in history. Hundreds of ships and aircraft comb hundreds of thousands of square miles of ocean, hoping for any sign of the missing men or their planes. But the search yields nothing. No oil slicks, no debris, no bodies. The ocean keeps its secrets. The disappearance of Flight 19 and the rescue plane sparks headlines around the world. The area where they vanished soon becomes infamous as the Bermuda Triangle, a mysterious stretch of ocean where ships and planes are said to vanish without explanation. In total, 6 aircraft and 27 men are lost, swallowed by the sea with no trace left behind. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle is born, capturing the imagination of generations to come. What really happened to Flight 19? Was it simple navigational error, mechanical failure, or something far stranger? Some suggest sudden storms, magnetic anomalies, or even supernatural forces at work. Others point to human error and the challenges of flying over open water with unreliable instruments. Decades later, the debate continues, fueled by speculation and the enduring mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. The Atlantic remains silent, offering no answers. The families of the lost men are left with only questions and the haunting absence of closure. The story of Flight 19 endures, a chilling reminder of how quickly the sea can erase all traces of those who dare to cross it. Some stories are swallowed whole by the sea, their secrets hidden beneath the waves, forever part of the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a routine red-eye flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, took off into the night with 239 people on board. Passengers from 14 different countries settled in for what should have been a straightforward journey, their loved ones expecting to greet them in just a few hours. The aircraft, a Boeing 777-200ER, was considered one of the safest and most reliable in commercial aviation. The crew, led by Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, was experienced and well-trained. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary as the plane taxied down the runway and lifted into the dark sky. The flight climbed smoothly, communicating routinely with air traffic control. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane crossed from Malaysian to Vietnamese airspace, the co-pilot's calm voice radioed, "Good night, Malaysian 370. It was the last known transmission from the cockpit. Moments later, MH370's transponder, which identifies the plane to radar, was switched off. The aircraft vanished from civilian radar screens, leaving controllers confused and concerned. Military radar, however, picked up something strange. Instead of continuing on its planned route, the plane made a sharp turn west, doubling back over the Malay Peninsula. For nearly an hour, it flew erratically, crossing busy airspace without communicating. Then, it disappeared from military radar as well, somewhere over the Andaman Sea. The transponder remained off and no distress signal was ever sent. With no radio contact and no radar trace, the world was left searching for answers. Days later, investigators discovered faint, automated handshakes between the plane and a satellite system. These pings suggested MH370 had flown for another 6 hours, heading south over the vast, empty Indian Ocean. The final signal placed the aircraft in one of the most remote and inhospitable stretches of water on Earth. What followed was the largest and most expensive search in aviation history. Dozens of ships, aircraft, and submarines from around the world scoured thousands of square miles of ocean. Sonar scanned the ocean floor for any sign of wreckage. For years, families waited for news, clinging to hope, but only a few pieces of debris, washed up on distant beaches, were ever found. The main wreckage and the crucial black boxes, which could reveal what happened, remain lost to this day. The disappearance of MH370 sparked a storm of theories and speculation. Was it a hijacking? Did the pilots deliberately divert the plane? Could a catastrophic mechanical failure have caused the tragedy? Investigators pored over every detail, but no single explanation fits all the evidence. The lack of physical clues has only deepened the mystery, fueling endless debate and conspiracy theories. For the families of those on board, the uncertainty is a daily torment. They have endured years of waiting, press conferences with no answers, and the pain of not knowing what happened to their loved ones. The missing black boxes, likely resting miles beneath the ocean, hold the key to the truth. Until they are found, closure remains out of reach. MH370's disappearance exposed troubling gaps in global aviation tracking. In an era when we expect to know the location of every plane at every moment, this tragedy revealed how easily an aircraft can slip off the grid. The incident has since prompted calls for better tracking technology and international cooperation, but the lessons came at a terrible cost. It is almost unthinkable. In a world connected by satellites and instant communication, a modern jetliner could simply vanish without a trace. MH370 remains a chilling reminder of the limits of our technology and the vastness of our planet. The Indian Ocean, deep and unforgiving, has kept its secrets well. Despite years of searching, the answers remain hidden beneath its waves. The world still waits, hoping that one day, the mystery will be solved and the families will finally have peace. MH370 is not just an aviation disaster, it is a modern mystery that haunts the world, a story of loss, unanswered questions, and the enduring hope for closure. From lost colonies to vanished flights, these stories share a chilling silence. For all our progress, the world still holds dark corners where truth is lost forever. Each disappearance is a human tragedy, leaving families in endless uncertainty. The search for answers is a deeply human need, but some mysteries refuse closure. The silence left behind echoes through generations, a reminder of the unknown. Which mystery should Starkon International explore next?